Hey everyone, welcome Gym Nation. We are back live after a day off from lives. But today's topic was too important, too critical for me not to come back and have a conversation about because way too many of us as Black Americans do not understand just how powerful the media is. You do not understand their goals, the intention, their strategy. And if you look at my background, listen, I used to teach media at a very prestigious grad school in New York City. I used to teach Black media to non Black people. I have my degree in journalism and media. I've worked in media most of my entire career, from radio to television to print to social. I get it that not everyone studied this genre, but we need to understand it, especially now in today's time. Let me first say hi to everyone. Then I'm going to just read a quick sentence on what media is designed to do. Hey everyone, what's up? I am Kim, aka Kim with the Gems. Welcome to the Gym Nation family. Welcome to the Gym Nation channel. On this channel, we talk all things wellness, travel, and money from a cultural perspective, from a Black woman's point of view. But we also bring in guests to drop gems when appropriate. And that leads me into please join us tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will have the lovely, the gracious, the talented Sonia Unapologetic sharing how she went from big dreams to big results. And part of that was taking a sabbatical in Mexico to clear her head. And now she's going to come in and share her story and be that inspiration and that motivation to all of us that if we just put action behind our dreams and our goals, the sky is the limit. So, first, I would love for you to hit that like button. It helps get this video out to people like you, like me, and also subscribe to the channel. We are on a mission to build this community to 50K before the end of 2025. Listen, I'm putting 50K out in the atmosphere, but it can go higher than that because, God be telling me, girl, why you limited yourself? Who told you 50K? I don't know where 50K came from, but he telling me, girl, I didn't tell you 50K. If I would have told you anything, it would have been double that. So anyway, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are building a community so we can have more conversations like this together, because we're going to need to be together through these trying times. And turn on the notification bell. We have been going live consistently for the past week plus. We've been going live the past, well, today I think is day 9 or something, but we missed yesterday intentionally. I got things I need to do, but I could not stop this movement. We're back tomorrow. We'll probably be back Tuesday because I really want to talk about us being safe with all these scammers out here. I'm down south, y'all. I'm trying not to pick up this accent, but all these scammers down here, we have to protect not only ourselves, but those who are super vulnerable, because they're not into all this tech stuff. And there's fear tactics. And so go ahead, turn on the notifications. I'm not sure what time on Tuesday. I'm dealing with the contractor. So it may be in the daytime because he's trying to schedule me in. So anyway, saying all that to say, just go ahead, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to say hi to my peoples in a minute, but I first want to read the role of the media, a summary. It's not the whole child. You can learn that like for a whole semester, like how deep this media conversation can go. But the role of the media, it is for the exchange of information. The media plays an important role in shaping public awareness and providing information that shapes attitudes and public opinions. Media is an increasingly powerful tool, whether it's television, radio, or the interwebs. Social media is quickly expanding its influence on all aspects of our lives. Now, I want you to really pay attention to the part where I read media plays an important role in shaping public awareness and providing information that shapes attitudes and public opinion. There's a reason why I have those people on my thumbnail, and it's truly not clickbait. Somebody said they wasn't following me because I clickbait. One person said it. Meanwhile, this group is growing exponentially. So I win all my arguments through actions. I don't battle you back. It's not worth my time. Time is precious. It really is. And so that's why I also ask this community, if you see any trolls in the comment section, let them live. Don't engage them. I promise you they will leave. If you don't engage them, I promise you they will leave. Whenever you talk about something that's related to DEI nowadays, oh, the trolls will show up. They have no fear anymore. Before they would be, I better not say nothing because, I may get fired. Oh no, that fear is gone. So just let them waste their time, basically. And so back to the media. The media is a super important tool, so much so, I just want to show you the results from this little poll I did today. And let me just refresh that because I want to make sure. Okay, here we go. The results are accurate, and I want you to see exactly what the people are saying. Oh, thank you, Christine. I just saw your message. I can't see the messages while I am trying to pull up other screens, but thank you. I know you got them. I didn't know if you were here, but welcome, girl. Okay, and I'm gonna say hi to everybody in a second. So let me just share this screen. Share. Okay, so this is the result that I posted on my community tab earlier today. And I want you to, you could go to the tab and answer the question. But the question was, do you know Black Americans regularly outpace the rest of the general US population in terms of media consumption, clocking more than 81 hours per week with media, such as television, radio, and the interwebs. For Black people 65 and older, that figure rises to more than 92 hours each week. That is more, both of them are double an average work week of 40 hours, right? So when people tell me they don't have time to do things, I know they lying. If you in my accountability group, y'all know. If y'all did the boot camp, y'all know. Most people don't get stuff done because they fixed it in their head that they don't have the time to do it. Meanwhile, we out here spending 81 hours with media. Anywho, too many of us. Oh, let me finish reading. Sorry. So the source is Nielsen. Nielsen is a reputable research firm. We use it in media for almost everything. I don't know, some of you used to maybe remember you get a letter to your home and you had to fill it out and send it back on the shows that you were watching. Well, now they're tracking you. Now you don't got to do none of that. So too many of us have blind faith in the information that we receive. Yeah, is that you? So many of us see it on one of these major news networks and we're like, oh my gosh, this is facts. This is actual factual. A lot of times it's sensational. It's not actual factual. It's to get clicks, views, go viral so that advertisers can pay. I sold advertising. I know these things. That's why I'm here. And this is not here. I'm not here, again, never to flex, but I'm definitely not going to be ashamed of the years I put in to learn these things and now share them with my people at a time like this when we really need this information. So I just, there's many of them out there. Let me read the quote first, and then I'll get to something in a second. So we know Mr. X, who understood our people better than the average and what made us tick. He said, the media, the most is the media is the most powerful entity on earth. Let me read that one more time. The media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and make the guilty innocent. And that's power because they control the minds of the masses. Does this not sound familiar? Make the innocent guilty and make the guilty innocent. Didn't we hear something about some files disappearing? The files never existed. No more files. They've been talking about files for a bit, 5, 7, 10 years, and now there's no files. Now let's just look at the results of the people that responded. There were over 30, but this is a representative sample. My audience are Black people. And so please go ahead and, now this just said 5%. It just went up to 14. But anyway, it was 47, 45, 47, 47, and 5. But if you look at what the percentages equate to, 45% say that they're guilty of watching too much media. 41% say they're cutting back, which means they're over consuming, but they realize it. And so they're cutting back. And then it jumped up 9% just a minute ago to I barely consume media. And sometimes I think it's people that are in here that really shouldn't be in here that just won't act up. But anyway, we know, according to stats, I know based on how we used to strategize our messaging. And when I say the clients that I serviced and the messaging to this audience. And we need to get better, y'all. We need to get better. I'm going to take this off a screen. I'm going to say hi to some people because class is in session. And I want to acknowledge everybody in here. If you're part of the Gym Nation, go ahead, drop them gems in the chat. If you have already, I appreciate you. Okay, did you handle this person? I don't know, Christine. Oh, you got him? Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. And I don't think I put any restrictions on tonight. I forgot. But usually you have to be a subscriber for at least some time. And I could probably do that right now. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get to it real quick. And then I'll come back and say hi to the people that belong here. And again, please don't engage the idiots. Okay, let me go ahead. And change. Okay. Oh, they actually subscribed. That's crazy. I do have the subscribers turned on for commenting. Let's go ahead and make them wait a little longer. Okay. All right. So I'm back. Okay. Let me finish saying hi to my peoples. And I gave them a little bit of time, but they'll be deleted from this chat. Trust you me. Hey, Show About Nothing. Good to see you. Hey, Ebed. Hey, Siobhan. Hi, Miss P. Happy Sunday. Yes. Happy Sunday. Yes, class is in session. Hey, Christine. Hey, LJ. Buenos noches. The power of persuasion. Exactly. Thank you. The power of persuasion. As a salesperson, I'm trained like a ninja warrior in the power of persuasion, and also understanding um, how media impacts is concentrated in the hands of a few. They skew the message for financial means and influence. 100%. Okay, Christine's in the building. Yep, the files they were holding up in a video. You mean those files? I'm talking about, you know what files. You know what files. So yeah, and let me just say that I am not saying you can't have you can't spend time doing things that bring you joy, mindless entertainment. I do, like but I am strategic about it, and it's never to harm. Like, it's not information that once it enters into my stream of consciousness, it's going to affect me in a negative way. And we're going to talk about the seven ways that this thing called media impacts us, and some of us don't even know it. So again, let me just go ahead. So my OGs know this, and I'll try to find the link. But my OGs know this. Months ago, way back in November, December, there were two books that I urged people to read. One, there's not enough people in here, so I was going to ask y'all to drop the second one, but that's okay. One of them was The Art of War. The other is The 48 Laws of Power. We are living in a time that that should be required reading for us as a community. I truly believe that people will get so much from it as it relates to strategy and how to best prepare. Listen, some of y'all know, in some of the Gym Nation who's in another private community, today it was all about manifestation and meditation. Your girl was at the beach for some hours, even though I was supposed to be, picking out knobs and handles for these doors we're getting put in. But anyway, I'm going to protect my peace at all costs. And this is something that I'm not going to get distracted, is what I'm saying. So as I am coming to you guys with a lot of times news that is not the lightest, it's not like the woohoo, roses and unicorns type of news or content. I am also, as I'm researching this stuff, I'm making sure that my energy stays on at a very positive, high level, as much as I can control it. Y'all know I believe in, and Christine could drop it in, but y'all know I believe in the serenity prayer. And one of the things I can control is how much energy I can take, both negatively and positively. And so I'm not going to ramble too much, but let's go ahead and just protect your peace. And ask yourself the question, because I'm about to share another visual in a second. What type of information has been flooding your feed or your timelines? For me, I'm going to give an example. I was following this channel called Mindful Mindset. I believe that's the exact name, Mindful Mindset. And the reason I was following it, because it was posting very positive, like, reminders throughout the day on, how to make sure you're in alignment. You're in that woosah, right? Last week, out of nowhere, here comes this post about Jay-Z and some bad things he was doing to women from Mindful Mindset. I had to go to make sure. I was like, what is going on? But I immediately went to the page and I unfollowed. a lot of these pages are going to start off one way and turn into something else to distract us. I don't know who was running Mindful Mindset. I probably shouldn't have followed it. But for a while, I kept seeing the posts and they were positive and it was making me feel good. And I'm like, okay, I can add this to my arsenal, my daily arsenal of information, positive information. Oh, and then they did the whole banana in the tailpipe with this Jay-Z story. And I was like, okay, fool me once, shame on you. You ain't gonna fool me again. So I immediately removed them from, people that I follow or pages that I follow. But I'm also noticing my timeline across many social media platforms are about people I don't follow, don't care about, but it's messy. So all of a sudden, I'm getting yesterday these post about Justin Bieber's new record, or it may have been the day before yesterday. I don't remember. And that red chick, I can't even call her a lady, with the most vulgar lyrics. And I don't listen to her, so she may have had worse, but this was absolutely disgusting. And I'm like, why is she on this song saying these disgusting things that our kids are listening to? I'm saying the word why, but I know why. But anyway, more and more of this is going to keep happening. And I'm seeing through my timeline the people that I posted. I don't know if I'm going to say their names in this because I don't want I don't want those people coming here to watch this. But if you see the thumbnail, you may come, but I don't want to say it to reinforce it and start sending it out to people. But you saw the thumbnail. And if you didn't, let me just show it to you. Let me just show you the thumbnail. Oh, goodness. Let me share. And then you'll know what I'm talking about. These people, this person, and this person. I hope you can see it. And let's just be clear. These people are being thrust to the forefront of media so we don't pay attention to this person right here. So my family would say, right here. They are supposed to cancel out this. And you can tell just by how fast and furious the information about them are coming, and also about the timing. We are in the first 100 days of this agenda. They are trying to make sure we don't pay attention to everything. Now, this is not about guilt or innocent or who I think is good or bad. I'm talking about media and vying for our attention, which they really don't have to vie hard because they know how we consume. And all they got to do is take some of the most, the highest ranking entertainers and cancel out what is really happening that we should be paying attention to. The secret lies in distractions, y'all. That is how they control our thinking. And so let me stop sharing this. And continue the conversation. So again, the purpose of this conversation is for us to, again, not completely get rid of or eliminate, but think about the power of watching less TV. I said TV, but it's technically media, which allows us to think more and build together, create community. And if you do consume media, again, make sure it is media that is not paid to tell certain stories. There is an attack on the media that is independent and has journalistic integrity and is not fronted by corporations, right? Is not they're not dependent on corporations. They're dependent on funding and donations. There's a huge attack. They're about to strip the funding from NPR and Associated Press and PBS because they're truth tellers. They don't want the truth out there, and so we are in some perilous times. And I just want us to really think about watching less, consuming less. If you're watching 80 hours of media, cut that in half. Cut that in half. Like, start there. Right? And let me just say that number includes good media, right? So it's not just bad media in that 80 hours, but make sure that you are over consuming in media that is going to empower you or empower us as community, and limit that has, it's just mindless entertainment. Like, okay, you want to laugh, you want to joke, but it's not necessarily going to empower us at a time that we need to be empowered. And so let's just quickly, like I said, we ain't going to be here a long time, but there's many implications, but there are 7 key negative implications for Black Americans related to high media consumption and potential blind trust in information. We already shared how social media is quickly expanding their or overtaking traditional media. And what we need to be careful of is who's telling the story, right? A lot of these people don't fact check. A lot of these people just post and are doing it for clicks. It is our goal to not just watch the story, know who's telling the story, and then tell our own. Even if you don't want to do it on a big platform, major platform, although I encourage you to do so, tell it in your community, tell it within your family, tell it within your network, but tell stories that can help negate the bad information that's out there. Before I go on to the 7, there was something I did want to just show you, because this is very telling. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I want you to see how powerful these stories have become in our community about the people that I just shared. I'll just show one to start, because for the sake of time. But let me go ahead and share and put the share. And I'm curious to know if there's anybody who's seeing more distractions come across your timeline, across your feeds, that you wouldn't normally pay attention to. Okay, so let's quickly go through this. Can y'all see? Yeah, I think y'all can, but why is... Okay, is this it? Here we go. Let me close this one. Okay, so looking at this, you see this gentleman here. His name is Armand Wiggins. And y'all may have heard me say 2 days, a couple days. I was like, get in here, get in here, get in here. Because that's how he starts his videos. And I just think it's funny. But saying all that to say, he's a case study as to how we are so distracted and so consumed by stuff that is not going to bring us any further in our plight to get ahead, stay out of this, negative frequency, as I think LJ just said. But yeah, let's just go ahead. So what I wanted to say is, let me just make sure you can see. Okay, perfect. Child, he generated like 100,000 subscribers in the past 2 months just by covering the case. Again, I don't want to say the name, but y'all can see from the names here who I'm talking about. So let's just quickly compare. So if you look at his numbers a year ago, yeah, like 75K on a video, 65K on a live video, 46, 70, high 96, 70 something, 84. This one, we see who we're talking about, 305,000 views. But then, this was, I think, after he got fired from a show or something. But anyway, let's just say 75,000 was his average. Unless he was talking about getting fired or whatever. But as soon as he starts talking about, he saw he had, a following when he talked about a certain person who was in trouble and going through a legal system. When he talked about this person, 30,000 views. Now, again, this platform ebbs and flows. We get it. But let's just pay attention to when he dedicated his time to, it was 2 months ago. Let's just let me find it, y'all. Okay. Yeah. So starting 2 months ago. So here, 4 months ago, listen, 4 months ago, 5,000 views. 4 months ago, 43,000. 3 months ago, 58,000. 2 months ago, when he moved to New York and started covering this trial, and that's all he dedicated himself to do, 146,000, 223,000. 248,000. And these are every day. He's going live every day of this particular trial. And every day, 303,000 views, 309, 297. Okay, so the second month, did he take some down, or he might have cut them up? But let's just no. He didn't go every day because there wasn't trial every day 2 months ago. That's what it was. But let's start looking at 1 month ago. He started going every day. So again, 300,000. Oh no, this might have been every day. I don't know. But he was going every day while the trial was every day. 186,000, 290,000, 294,000, 236, 236, 109,000. Nothing less than 100,000 views by going live every day to talk about this situation. Meanwhile, people like Karen Hunter, people like Dr. Carr with Narrative, people who are out here doing the good old, for Harriet, if y'all follow her. I haven't followed her. I haven't seen a video from her in a minute. I'm going to look her up in a second. But 288,000, 211,000. Listen, this man's dreams came true. The only reason I think this one was probably low was because he was live from the courthouse, but normally when he did the recaps, no less than 100,000, averaging over 200,000, and it keeps going. So yeah, again, this information has made a lot of people rich. It has distracted our community. This topic has distracted our community in ways that breaks my heart. It's the same with the other two men that are on my thumbnail. And if you were to look up the timeline on when these stories started coming out, Child, it was all, as soon as the trial was over, here comes TP. TP with the, you know, his situation. And again, I can't say the names because I don't want those trolls. I don't want that traffic in here. But go ahead and just look up and see. Now, I do want to see, hold on a second. I want to see for Harriet. Now, for Harriet, she has over 200,000 subscribers. I don't think she's been posting. Okay, so she's, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe she's on, she has another channel called Kimberly Foster. Let's see if she's posting over there. 12 days ago. Okay, so something was going on with her. So, because she just did an update, I think. Let's see. But
how are you doing? I'm great. Thank you so much for asking.
She used to get a lot of engagement, not like Armand, but she's out here doing good work. So 12 days ago, 1 month ago. But see, here she is. Now she getting caught up in the entertainment of it all. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys just how we are over consuming in areas that we should not be over consuming. We should not be paying attention. When did we have to sit back and watch daily information about a trial? Okay, you got arrested. Okay, you're in jail. Okay, the trial is happening. Okay, what's the conviction? Or what's the verdict? Like, we shouldn't be over consuming in these areas. And I'm not here to judge, but I'm here to judge. Because I know how critical this time is, right? I know how people are losing their jobs, how people are going to be struggling with inflation and taxes and not having enough and not feeling like they're enough, and mental health. So that takes me into the seven negative implications for Black Americans, right? Related to high media usage and consumption, and how we need to protect our selves. So, number one, increased exposure to harmful stereotypes. I'm going to just go through the 7. So, anybody who needs to go on, but we're going to come back and detail what they mean. So, number one, increased exposure to harmful stereotypes. Number 2, misinformation and disinformation risk. Number 3, we're diminishing our critical thinking skills, and we're going to get into that. Number 4, mental health impact. The impact on our mental health by keep seeing these people who look like us being completely demolished in the public view. Like I said, this is not about guilt or innocence. So nobody comment about that. That's not what we're talking about. There are many. Anyway, yeah, that's not what we're talking about. Number 5, cultural consumerism over cultural empowerment. That's a word right there. Number 6, political manipulation and voter suppression. A lot of y'all don't even realize what's to come. Y'all really don't. Some of you do, some of you don't. If you do, please tell the peoples. Please share this video. If you haven't already and you're in here and you're watching either now or in the future, I ask that you subscribe to the channel, as we are on our mission to building this community so that we can drop gems together. You see something, you say something. I see something, I say something. I bring people on who see something and say something. That's what this community is about. And we're going to need each other. And why 50,000? I think in my head, I was like, okay, 50,000 just means somebody hit the subscribe button. But if a quarter of those people, 12,500 people, are active and are about that action, then we can make an impact. And that's all I ask. Okay. Number 6, political manipulation and voter suppression. We just said that. Number 7, it's the opportunity cost, the lost time for things we can be doing to empower us. And they know that. They know that. They know that we're gonna not do things because we're running home to catch what Armand Wiggins is saying. And I'm not gonna lie, I really looked at him as a case study because I heard somebody else talking about, oh no, maybe I saw him on a news something, and they were just talking about like how fascinating, how riveting his coverage was. And I remember I saw Lunel, the comedian Lunel, because I do watch a lot of comedy. Not a lot, but I do try to offset negativity with laughter. And she was talking about how great he was. I was like, oh, let me see what this dude is doing. Child, case study. Brilliant. I mean, he is now on multiple news outlets. People are, you know, he's on the, not the Breakfast Club. I think he's on Way Up with Angela Yee, which is a, you know, the girl from the Breakfast Club. He's out there and he's making a name for himself. But I'm just very disappointed in the fact that we can't go viral for things other than things like that. Okay, so let's get back to number one: increased exposure to harmful stereotypes. Many media outlets still portray us through narrow and especially negative stereotypes, right? High media consumption can reinforce these images, shaping how we see ourselves and how others see us. For anyone who travels globally and is a good global citizen, have you ever had someone from that country tell you that, oh my goodness, you know, the news does do you so bad. Black people nice, black people nice, black people not animal, black people nice. And listen, I'm not going to even try to, I'm not going to say where that country was from because I don't want to offend anyone. But I've heard it on more than one occasion. I've heard it from taxi cab drivers. I heard it at restaurants, talking to people who, you know, were there tourists as well. The stereotypes are real, not only domestically, but internationally. And then we often pick these stereotypes up ourselves and claim them. Media is powerful. Number two, misinformation and disinformation. Blind faith in media sources, especially, I just said it, on social media, makes Black communities more vulnerable to misinformation and disinformation. And the difference between the two: misinformation is simply false or misleading information. Disinformation is deliberate. It's a lie. It's a deliberate lie. And then when you talk about health crises and politics and yeah, you know, politics and voting and all of that, we are at greater risk to make moves or not make moves. We saw what happened during the last, you know, election. Oh my gosh. We were so hoodwinked and bamboozled. It's not even funny. Number three, diminished critical thinking. And then I'm gonna see if anybody has any questions. If you have a question, please put a QQQ or a question mark in front of it, and I'll call out those first. So when it comes to our critical thinking, you know, when we over rely on media without questioning the source, if y'all notice, oh, let me finish what I was going to say. it could read, it can lead to reduce media literacy. You are now becoming media illiterate. Like, you are not having people validate where they're getting information from. I tend to source, especially if it's statistics, right? So you saw with Nielsen's and how we're over consuming in large numbers. That's based on Nielsen facts. When you download certain free resources, you'll see, you know, a source where this information is coming from. I'm not just making this up. The information that I'm going over right now, if you went to college and studied media, hell, if you went to high school and studied media, this is some information that can be provided to you. This is not Kim making this up. This is years and years of documented research that put all of this together. So the ability, when we talk about critical thinking and the diminishing of critical thinking, the ability to analyze, question, and evaluate the validity of information is almost non-existent anymore. People truly look at a 7-second video and swear that it was Walter Cronkite or Peter Jennings or Tom Brokaw, and I'm, unfortunately, it's mostly white men and I'm calling off. But heck, anyway, yeah. So these 7-second videos from these people who have never, really studied journalism are having people literally become media illiterate. So, and be more manipulated. That's unfortunately the case. I'm gonna see if there's any questions. If not, we're just gonna get back to. I don't see any questions. Okay, perfect. So let's just get through this list. We talked about increased exposure to harmful stereotypes, misinformation, and disinformation risk, diminished critical thinking abilities. Child, these young people. Oh Lord. Number 4, mental health impacts. Please, please, please protect your peace. Protect your peace. Protect your peace. Protect your peace. There's no way you are not impacted and or affected by the amount of news coverage that makes us look less than, that questions our ability to just be here. There's no way you're not impacted. But you do have to counter that with something that is going to positively impact you. So constant consumption of media, especially violent, traumatic, or racially charged content, can lead to chronic stress. Stress is a silent killer, y'all, or feelings of hopelessness. So these brutal scenarios that we have seen in the past, we are seeing today, and we will continue to see. Please, please, please find a way to offset that. We were not put here or designed to consume this type of negativity on a daily basis. We really weren't. Like, to visually see all of that every single day can do nothing but impact or affect your health, mental health, if you are not aware and prepared. And then number 5, cultural consumerism over cultural empowerment. Heavy media consumption often promotes consumer culture, prioritizing trends, products, and materialism instead of promoting empowerment, education, or critical consciousness in Black communities. Now, y'all saw the numbers about how we over-index when it comes to watching media. Maybe I'll do a separate video on how we do the same when it comes to over consumerism, right? Over consuming to make us feel better, even though we may not have it, why our debt is so great, why they're expecting the Black net worth the Black net worth to be 0 by 2050. Let that sink in. Now, we can't take everyone with us, but we can course correct on our own. We really can. When you know better, you do better. Number 6, and then we have one more after this, and then we could get back to the conversation. If you have questions, please put them in the comment section. Once again, I will try to find the document the free document that's in the store where I listed. Please, 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 if you have time, because y'all watching too much media. But if you only do audio books, or if whatever your preferred method is for reading, please add The Art of War and the 48 Laws of Power to your repertoire, because that, when I talk about stay ready so you don't have to get ready, it's because of books like that. There's this quote: not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. So before you can even attempt to lead a community, to lead a group of people, whatever, you have to do your research. You have to understand how to do that. And so, again, all of this, like I said, when this mission started, had no idea where it was going, but boy, oh boy, is it clear as day today. Let's get into number 6, political manipulation and voter suppression. I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory, but there are some bad actors out here that are targeting Black communities online with discouraging messages about voting. There's also divisive propaganda and conspiracy theories. Blind trust in media can weaken civic engagement. We saw it happen, and democratic participation. And why we're here today, child. And then number 7, we talked about we talked about the opportunity cost and the time loss that you could be using to do other activities that would be more beneficial, empowering, financially beneficial. Like, there's so many other things you could do, like education. You can do family bonding and storytelling, right? As we have to start really documenting and passing on our stories because they want them hidden. Entrepreneurship, child, if I sometimes feel like I'm preaching, so I have to take a beat. But I'm so passionate about that topic because we are all going to need it. One job, I'm going to share, you know what, that's what I'm going to try to find this this statement. I shared it, well, we talked about it in our Decode Your Talent and Design Your 5+ figure income. But I want to find it and share it with you guys because it's not just me saying it. It's those who know saying it. They're the ones that are doing God's work, trying to get everybody in lockstep. And I really want where the heck is it? Oh Lord, is it on my desktop? I know where I could find it, but I don't want to open that whole document up. So you know what? I'll get through this number 7 and then I'll try to pull up that because it's just the one. It is just one. Oh, maybe I found it. And maybe I didn't. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so let me just go ahead and finish number 7, and then I will pull up the other document because I think it's important. Okay, so number 7, with the lost time to do empowering activities like education, family bonding, entrepreneurship, physical activity, or civic and community engagement, volunteerism, like all of those things you can do once you pull back on your media consumption, you will find more time to do it. When you spend 80 to 90 hours per week on media, there's no way that you're doing all the things that you want to do or can bring you joy or can keep you out of this mess that we are all headed towards. So let's just please focus. Please focus on those areas. So I'm going to see if there's any questions. I do want to find this powerful image. Sorry, y'all, give me one second. Why is this not? Okay, no, that's the replays. Give me. So, oh my gosh, it has been a busy month, and I. Okay, let me see what y'all saying, and then I'll pull it up. Eva says we need to be mindful of the carefully constructed advertisements around the content we ingest too. Oh yeah, it's deliberately distracting us from the real message, like the ads that pop up. Yeah, I don't even know because I don't see. First of all, I have premium, right? So I don't see ads when I'm watching other people. Um, but listen, I agree. I sold advertising. I know what targeting is. There were companies that I refused to work with because of the targeting and what they were trying to sell to us. And so, yeah. Thank you, LJ. Yes. The Art of War and 48 Laws of Power. If I had time, I would do a book club, but I don't. I can't even commit to that. So, but please, 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 maybe we'll talk about it during one live. But um, yeah, you have to shut down. Yeah, he's about. Listen, he's trying to make money. That was a multi-million-dollar contract he no longer has. So he is out here. He even talked about how when he tried to do like real hard-hitting content, nobody was watching. He said as soon as he started getting into the mess, and what does he have? Something lemon. I forgot. It's some type of hot mess situation. He was like, everybody's watching it. He got bills to pay. Not numb to the news, just exercising your discernment skills. Exactly. Exactly. Not just Fox, though, Christine. There's some people on the left that will do the same with the left news cycles. But you're right. You're absolutely right. Those are some dedicated, loyal consumers right there. You're glad you don't action of these negative people in news cycles, especially when they look like us. Yeah. Okay. His whole his clown has been popping up on your feed. You're blocked and really don't like him. Who was that? Let me see. Let me see. Yes, indeed. But I had the same feeling about it being a distraction. It's a circus in these media streets. It really is. And it's someone who loves media. Like, I literally. So when people say, oh, who are the celebrity people? This was when I was much younger, too. Who would you like to have a conversation with if you could? I was like, Tom Brokaw. People were like, who? Oprah Winfrey. Now people got that, but yeah, journalists and people in media who have seen things, who have not only seen things, but then had to come back and report in a way that I thought was engaging. Now, I'm not saying all of them were truthful, but it's something about the art of journalism that I'm just very, very attracted to. There's a strong effort to have folks vibrate at low frequencies. And for us, it's been there. There's a quote by what's his name? James Baldwin. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I wish I could remember the quote, and I won't be able to. And I'm looking for this document with the other guy's quotes, and I'm going to have to open up a whole big file, and I don't want to do that. And so, but yeah, no, it's, oh, is this it? Hold on a second. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. But again, there are let's just quickly go over the 7 impacts. Increased exposure to harmful stereotypes, misinformation and disinformation risk, diminished critical thinking, mental health impacts, cultural consumerism over cultural empowerment, political manipulation and voter suppression, which is going, it's even going to get worse, y'all. It's going to get worse. Not that we know if these elections are going to mean a thing or not, but please know and believe they're going to do everything. You heard about the changes with the post office. Like, there are so many things that are on the horizon. And then you couple that with how much media we consume and not paying attention to the messages that we are consuming and sourcing them. Yeah, it's about to be not so pretty. And then you know, wasting time that you could be using for things that will empower you or empower your family or empower your community or empower your pockets. How about that? And so, yeah, so I just really wanted to go over those real quick and to underscore, please just do not watch these stories. Please know who's telling them, and then tell your own. Tell your own. Create factual stories and people, places, and organizations that you feel comfortable sharing them with. And yeah, this is absolutely a time for us to really pay attention to what's going on. And once again, if you're not following, please become part of the Gym Nation. Again, I'm being led by I'm being guided by a spiritual source, a divine source, our ancestors. This was definitely not on my bingo card for 2024 and 2025. I had a whole different plan and strategy for this channel, as well as other platforms that I manage and run. But, you know, when I felt the calling, I answered, and I'm actually going to continue as long as I can. Like I said, this was me teaching at a very predominant media grad, excuse me, journalistic journalist school, a grad school journalism class, excuse me, course on media. And these are hot people or non-black people learning about black media, which is now being dismantled, which is interesting. But again, understanding the power of media, understanding the misconceptions, hearing from these students who adored me. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna see if I can find some of the emails from them. But because a lot of these kids who mama and dad are rich, and the only representation of us they may have seen are in service roles or when they were courtside at a basketball game or a tennis match and we were kicking butt. That was it. But for them to learn and understand about Black culture from someone who had lengthy experience in Black media, phenomenal. So again, I just wanted to come and share drop my little gems like I like to do. I also remind you to tune in tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a more feel good conversation. And it is with our girl, Sonia Unapologetic. She is going to share how, in a world of chaos, she chose purpose and now she's thriving. And hopefully, it will encourage you to not only dream big, but to set goals based on those dreams and then take action. And trust you me, if you stop consuming so much media, you too can start to thrive in whatever area that is for you. And I'm going to just check one last time if there's no other questions. Yes. And I also have the emergency to go documents. These are documents that everyone should start to, if they haven't already, gather. And the thing about what's special about this link is that it has clickable links, so it makes it easier. And there's also a special section for Haitian immigrants. If you know one, if you are one, it gives great resources, know your rights, different forms that you can download for you and your children. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yes, paid the tithes by hitting the like button, protect your peace. Oh, the Vitality Journal. I'm glad I found your channel. We think alike. Thank you. I'm glad you're here too. I'm so glad you're here. And I'm not sure if I missed any questions. I don't see any. I see y'all have conversations, so I don't really want to confuse people. Good measure they do in fact. Yeah, that was a minor distraction, girl. But you know what? Not for the young, not for the young people. And when I say young people, because he's still, he's still very influential in the hip hop space. And so, yeah, you're right. But yeah, no, I just wanted to thank you guys for coming in. I will see everyone tomorrow. Do me a favor, hit that like button on the way out the door. Subscribe to the channel. We are road to 50,000. I'm gonna tell y'all where I'm a document where we are right this second. Right this second, we are at 13,700. And I was gonna show y'all that. Okay, let me see if I can find it real quick. We are currently at 13,703. We only got 46,300 more. No. 36,000. Yeah, I was at the beach today. My mind is in such a zoned out mode. But yeah, we only have 36. What did I say? Lord Jesus. 50,000. We have 30, let's just say 33,000. No. Lord Jesus. Okay, I said it. I can't say, listen, I'm smart, y'all. I really am. I'm just tired. And I still have work to do because I have a consultation first thing in the morning, and then I have my contractor right after that. So what did I say? 50,000, and we're at 13,700, I'll say. Yes, 36,300. That's all we got left to go. So y'all go ahead, hit that subscribe button and join the community. And I will see y'all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find you can find all the links probably to all my resources in the description. Thank you, Christine, for anyone. Listen, today is really about media, but if anybody is interested in Mexican residency, if anybody is interested in business coaching, if anyone is interested in just basically designing additional income strategies for them, it's in an accelerated amount of time. My July calendar is open. My August calendar is not. I have to take a vacation too, y'all. So it may seem like I'm on one, but I'm really not. So thank you, Christine, for sharing that. But all the links are in the chat. And yes, I keep saying 50,000 for now. It may change next week. Who knows? But right now, I always have to set a goal, right? And right now, 50,000 before the end of the year, that is an aggressive goal, but it's doable. And I know how important it is. It's not even for vanity. It's because I want to create a real gymnasium community, like a real one, on and off of this right here. So anyway, everyone have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for a fun conversation. I'm excited about that. Take care, everyone. Good night.